Now look, I try not to make a habit of picking on people with brain damage. However, when they wade into my territory, into my wheelhouse and start embarrassing themselves discussing Tesla, I can't not. So sorry in advance, I'm punching down so far intellectually, it just doesn't feel right. But we're talking Tesla here, so I got to respond. This all-time classic just published today on Business Insider Trading. Allow me to read the current headline. Elon Musk, interesting, isn't it? Elon Musk, as opposed to Tesla, Elon Musk started a price war that Tesla can't win. So before we get into this article, is it just me? Do you guys find it interesting that this starts out describing Elon Musk as in Elon Musk when the article is actually about Tesla price war? I don't understand. Unless this particular journalist and or publication have it in for Elon because Elon bad and therefore everything's really about Elon as opposed to Tesla. So lead image here. Elon Musk has started slashing prices on Tesla's electric cars. That's going to come back to burn him. Again, it's so Elon-centric. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's important to the company, but this is an article about Elon. They're trying to use Tesla as an attack vector, in my opinion, to make him look foolish, to damage his reputation. By the way, we got like a 2012 Model S in the background. I'm sure that's no accident. So anyone want to guess who the author of this article is? It's none other than DEBUNKED, one of the biggest DMFs on planet Earth. Obviously, still dealing with some issues from a childhood. I don't say that lightly, but this is one broken-ass woman. I could probably guess as to the reasons, but I'm not going to. But if you're unfamiliar with DEBUNKED, here are a few other of her recent article headlines and sublines on Business Insider Trading. Elon's stale playbook. At Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk was a jerk with a grand vision. At Twitter, he's just a jerk. Oh, geez. Talk about some journalism here, bro. I mean, goodness me. Without a big world-changing vision to distract from his sophomoric product ideas and erratic management, Elon Musk's Twitter takeover is doomed. And another. An over-levered clown. Elon Musk is gambling his business empire on his takeover of Twitter. Tesla knew its Model S battery had a design flaw that could lead to leaks and ultimately fires starting in 2012. It sold the car anyway. And one more from this completely unbiased quote journalist. Elon Musk doesn't care about you. I can't even read that with a straight face. This is actually a headline from an actual article that this dipshit published. Elon Musk doesn't care about you. That's the title of the article. The main points from the article. Elon Musk doesn't care about you. If he did... oh God. I'll tell you what, man, this poor woman's got some serious issues. He would have details about the things that matter to customers and shareholders, the progress of the Model 3, his company's profitability, and continued efforts to make his cars as safe as possible. Sorry. Yes, literally the third bullet point is sorry. God, this poor broken woman. Anyway, on to today's article. So, Elon Musk has started an electric vehicle price war that Tesla can't finish, as opposed to Tesla has, again, very Elon-centric. Under increasing pressure from new competition, that's right, the competition is finally coming, all over Tesla, not themselves. Tesla spent the past year slashing the average price of its models by roughly 25%. The Model 3 fell from $48,000 to $44,380. The luxury Model S, meanwhile, plunged from a high of $130,000 to $96,380. The cars, as they say, have been priced to move. It's an unusual business strategy, to put it mildly. Now, in fairness, aggressively reducing the cost of your products and passing those cost savings on is a little bit unusual in the quote automotive industry, but Tesla explicitly told us that was their plan all the way back in 2006 in their jokingly titled Secret Master Plan. They literally published a plan. Hey guys, we're going to start at the high end, drive costs down, rinse, recycle, repeat until we're at the mass market. So this article, I don't think we're going to see any mention of Tesla's Secret Master Plan, but they told us this was their plan back in 2006, okay? That was a long time ago. Quote, I can't think of another point in the history of automotive when a brand that wasn't going out of business cut prices 20% a year. Oh boy. Mark Shermer, the director of communications at the research firm Cox Automotive, told me, quote, Tesla is hoping that lower prices will drive up sales and slow the advance of the company's rivals, maybe even scare some of them out of the market altogether. But that's not what's happening. That's right. If you didn't see yesterday's video, Tesla's only outselling the next best in the United States by 10 to 1. So yeah, totally not happening. lower prices are not translating into higher sales. The number of cars... oh no, they've done it. The number of cars Tesla delivered to customers in the third quarter actually declined. Now, if you're new around here or you don't watch every video, just in case you missed it, Tesla released the refreshed Model 3. And in order to refresh the Model 3, they actually had to take down production lines and stop producing the old Model 3s for upgrades to produce new Model 3s, which is why there was less vehicles produced and delivered in Q3 than there were in Q2, because they had to shut down their production lines to upgrade one of their vehicle models. But of course, we're not going to hear that either, nor about Tesla's master plan. No, of course not, because this is a hit piece written by somebody with severe brain damage who really has it in for Elon Musk because Elon bad. I'm just kidding. This is an unbiased article. I'm sure we'll hear the counterpoints at some point, right? And the explanation for why there was less vehicles sold is because there were planned factory shutdowns that they told us about ahead of time. No. Anyway, revenue is dropping and the company's once fat profit margins are getting squeezed down to 17.9% in the third quarter compared with 25.1% a year ago. Competitors aren't being driven out of business either. Once totally dominant in the EV space, Tesla's share of the US market has fallen from 62% at the beginning of the year to only 50% today. Oh, God damn it. Oh, that's right. It's only 50%. They only dominate the market now, such that only 1 in 2 electric vehicles sold, despite the fact that there are literally dozens, if not hundreds of models available, are Teslas. Of course, we are going to hear mention of the fact that, for example, Rivian are losing over $30,000 per electric vehicle sold, Lucid hundreds of thousands of dollars per electric vehicle sold, Ford negative 75% margins, right, and GM barely selling in electric vehicles, right? They're going to mention that, right, because it's relevant to prices and so-called competition, right? We're going to hear about that surely, right? Because this is an unbiased article, right? To make matters worse, the public's appetite for EVs isn't growing as fast as automakers expected. That's right. We didn't cover a survey recently in which over 60% of people surveyed intend on purchasing an electric vehicle in the next 5 years. And I did mention that the reason that some companies are struggling to sell their electric vehicles is because overpriced turds aren't competitive in a market in which Tesla is aggressively pricing their best products in the marketplace by miles, their own vehicles. That means Tesla has set off a protracted battle for a piece of a pie that's growing crumb by crumb. On screen now, I just wanted to show you guys, this is what it looks like when a pie is growing crumb by crumb. Electric vehicle market share back in 2013, 0.2% of the global market. A crumb. Although that crumb increased by 10 times by 2018 to 2.2%, and it's on its way to doubling again this year. So obviously, very unbiased article here, making a lot of reasonable points. And just to be clear, they're definitely right. The electric vehicle market is growing crumb by crumb, not exponentially per the graph we just looked at. Quote, if you do the price war, you have to make sure you have enough volume to increase and maintain profitability. Well, yes, said a professor of marketing. Quote, it has to be a continuous battle. This war you have to wage all the way, and you need to plan ahead. That's how you win. All true. Good points, Professor. Conversely, some experts will tell you that the price wars are unwinnable, that they're a race to the bottom that serves only to kill profitability for the entire industry. Now, let's take a quick moment here. Question, since we're talking about the entire industry and its profitability, let's make a list of all the companies today who are actually making money selling electric vehicles. We've got Tesla, a few Chinese companies, and that's the entire list. So if we exclude the Chinese automotive manufacturers, it's just Tesla. And if we exclude Tesla, there's no one else making any money at all. So what happens if the company making the most profit per electric vehicle sold, that would be Tesla, keeps driving prices low to the companies that aren't making any money selling electric vehicles? They're losing tens of thousands of dollars per vehicle sold. Or the Chinese companies who have razor-thin profit margins. It's an interesting question to ponder. I'm sure they'll discuss the implications of this too, because it's a very unbiased article, not one written by a broken, biased, quote, journalist with an agenda. And in an industry where the underlying technology and thus the cost of production are changing rapidly, no one can be sure where the bottom is. Winnable or not, Musk chose a terrible time to pick a fight. As legacy automakers walk the tightrope to our electric future, they can rely on sales of their... Oh no, they're going there. They can rely on sales of their traditional combustion engine vehicles to provide them with a safety net. Tesla has no safety net. For Musk, it's go electric or go bust. Now, again, remember how facts don't care about your feelings? Data considered facts. So this data seems to suggest that electric vehicles are on their way to 100% of the new vehicle market, and If that's true, that would mean ICE vehicles are on their way to 0% of the new vehicle market. And if that's true, and it is, that means you can't make profit on the vehicles that no one's buying. And worse, as sales of ICE vehicles continue to decline while electric vehicle sales increase, internal combustion engines, the vehicles being produced, will experience reversing economies of scale, meaning the profit margins will shrink, the cost to produce these will increase, creating a death spiral for the companies who apparently can rely on the sale of their traditional combustion engine vehicles to provide them with a safety net. That awkward moment when your safety net's currently on fire. Yeah. Tesla creates a cash problem again. Musk's decision to offer deep discounts on his vehicles was an act of pure desperation. Oh man, this is killing me. That became apparent earlier this month when Tesla reported its third quarter numbers. The results were frightful across the board. Tesla missed Wall Street's expectations on revenue. No, Wall Street missed Tesla's results. Vehicle deliveries and free cash flow, which was down to $848 million from 3.4 billion a year ago. Most importantly, the company reported that its gross margins, a measure of the company's profitability after costs, continued to shrink. This horrified investors who had just gotten used to Tesla making money. Were you horrified, ladies and gentlemen? Were you frightened? I was so scared. I forgot to make videos. God damn it, dude. Oh, shit, this is killing me, bro. Over the past 2 years, despite Tesla's addition of more moderately priced vehicles such as the Model 3 sedan and the Model Y, its margins have grown to be some of the fattest in the car business. Of course, ladies and gentlemen jumping in here, that had nothing to do at all. The futile, fascist, scamdemic lockdowns and then the supply chain shocks and the huge shortage of vehicles available for a period of time. Because supply and demand isn't a thing, so let's move on. That has bolstered the argument that Tesla wasn't a traditional car company such as... It had nothing to do with that, bro. I'm going to stop jumping in every second when I hear something stupid, otherwise this is going to be a 4-hour video. That has bolstered the argument that Tesla wasn't a traditional car company such as Ford or GM and deserves its much, much higher stock price. Naturally, this is a status Musk would like Tesla to keep. So he's promised to do everything he can to cut costs. So again, Tesla's master plan in 2006, not exactly news. Unfortunately, cost cuts can't be spoken into existence, not even by Musk. In the third quarter, Tesla's capital expenditures actually ballooned to the highest level in a year to $2.4 billion, up from $1.8 billion a year ago. Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's not like they're currently acquiring an insane amount of compute, and this time next year we'll have more compute than any other company on the planet. And plus, they're just a car company anyway, so we could ignore that. If prices are going down and costs are going up, even the most fervent of Musk's Wall Street believers will tell you that margins don't have a prayer. Musk, as opposed to Tesla, gave no indication of when this cash drought would end or how margins would improve. He, as opposed to Tesla, could not say when the company's Cybertruck would be available to the public, and even admitted that Tesla had, quote, dug its own grave trying to build the new vehicle. Again, a tongue-in-cheek comment because it's a whole new technology. And trying to build the new vehicle. He also could not provide details on when there would be a meaningful update to the aging models that currently... Oh, this is so funny, bro. So earlier we're talking about the shutdowns, the Model 3, the refresh Model 3, and the whole reason for the... And now it's like, they didn't even tell us when it's going to be... They just updated... bro. I really do feel bad here. Dimmet has to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers on earth. But there was one thing Musk was clear on. Prices need to keep coming down. In a call that Wall Street widely acknowledged as one of Tesla's worst in some time. It was like a mantra Musk repeated over and over again, with a certainty born more of faith than facts. The irony. Quote, so I just can't emphasize again how important cost is, Musk said. Quote, it is not an optional thing for most people. It is a necessary thing. We have to make our cars more affordable so that people can buy them again. I mean, newsflash, Tesla told us this in 2006. He's just repeating what they told us all the way in 2006. The only real hope Musk offered investors was a suggestion that driverless car technology would eventually someday offset Tesla's falling prices. But how exactly the math would work on that trade-off was unclear. Well, Dimmet, if you'd like, just click the link to the pinned comment and join Patreon. Check out my valuation model. You'll see some rough numbers. Feel free to use your own. You'll get a bit of an idea how the math might work on that. Months into his pricing campaign, actually a decade and a half, Musk has nothing to show for it and no plans to change. The market responded to Musk's disappearing profits by dragging Tesla's stock down 15%. The whole EV market is in a cash bleed. Tesla's Dismal results illuminated Musk's short-term reason for the desperate pricing strategy. But the underlying reason is even more alarming. Are you scared? Are you alarmed? Are you fearful? Are you desperate? Despite increasing demand and bountiful government investment, increasing demand. I thought they was talking about breadcrumbs a moment ago. What's going on here, hypocrite? The world's transition from gas to electric cars is not going as smoothly as automakers expected. Experts will tell you with certainty that EVs are the future and that internal combustion engine vehicles will eventually disappear from America's driveways and parking lots. But the march to electrification highways isn't proceeding in a straight line. You're sure fucking right it isn't, you dumbass. Now, of course, I'm sure she's not suggesting it's proceeding exponentially. I'm sure that we're going to learn more about that. Over to you, Dimant. There are two main reasons that consumers' appetite for EVs hasn't been as robust as automakers initially expected. Once again on screen now, ladies and gentlemen. What are they? I just can't, bro. One is the uneven way new technologies are adopted. It inevitably takes a while. I'm not even going to sell people on even the most amazing innovation. The other is the slowing global economy. Customers around the world have become more price sensitive, which is bad news for EVs. While the average selling price of an electric vehicle is going down from $65,000 last year to $53,633 in July. Hold up a second. Okay, sorry, but we got to talk about this, okay? We just heard that customers are becoming more price sensitive to electric vehicles, and that's bad news for electric vehicles. So how would anyone address this issue with their electric vehicles? Spoiler alert, they would make them more affordable. Who's doing that? Tesla. DMAT then goes on to explain that the average selling price of electric vehicles, and by the way, this is predominantly due to Tesla, has decreased quite substantially in the last year, but it's still higher than the average selling price of a new vehicle overall, which hovers around $48,451, meaning that electric vehicle prices will need to come down even further in order for them to be as affordable as ICE vehicles on average in order to alleviate the cost issue, which is exactly what Tesla's doing. By the way, fact check, average new vehicle sold in the US in the last year, $48,451. How much can I purchase a Model Y for? Entry level, $43,990. Oh, cheaper than the average new vehicle in the United States. In fact, the Model Y long range is roughly exactly on par with the average new vehicle price in the United States. What was that you were saying about price sensitivity and costs needing to come down? Meanwhile, Model 3, entry level in the United States, as I record this, $38,990. Long range, $45,990, and the Model 3 performance just over the average new vehicle price in the United States. So something bad news for EV. Customers are price sensitive and EVs. Isn't it interesting, by the way, folks, that the conversation briefly took a detour, and instead of being about Tesla in this paragraph, it's about electric vehicles and using numbers about electric vehicle average selling price and as opposed to Tesla's vehicles. It's kind of weird all of a sudden that it just transformed, isn't it? Traditional car makers from Ford and GM to BMW and Mercedes have responded to the EV price challenge by doing what they do best, building the gas cars that customers still want. Not for long. Remember, as I said, more than 60% of surveyed people, and when you include people that already own EVs, it's about 70% of people either already own an EV or intend on buying one in the next 5 years. It is over for ICE. Companies relying on their currently profitable ICE vehicle sales, they don't really have much of a choice, but it's not a long-term strategy. Those profits are going to go away within a few years' time, and then they're filing for bankruptcy one after another. It's going to be brutal. Quote, Ford is able to balance production of gas, hybrid and electric vehicles to match the speed of EV adoption in a way that others can't. Oh, man. John Lawler, Ford's chief financial officer, said during the company's latest earnings call. Now, what they're really saying here is we're losing catastrophic amounts of money on our electric vehicles, and even at those prices, we can't really sell them. So we realize we'll go bankrupt if we try to make more electric vehicles and sell them because Tesla exists and they're so competitive with their pricing and the value proposition that if we don't follow pricing, we can't sell the vehicles. But if we do follow pricing, we lose $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 per vehicle sold. Therefore, we can't do it, so we're not going to. And of course, they're pretending that there's issues with EV demand. They're hiding behind this excuse of EV demand being an issue and therefore we can match our production and supply of EVs. It's a load of horseshit. They just realize they go bankrupt if they make as many as they thought they would because they can't compete with Tesla on pricing. That's obviously good for customers who get the products they want and good for us too because disciplined capital allocation and not chasing scale at all costs maximizes profitability and cash flow... over the very short term. Again, somebody remind me to check back on these comments. Let's call it 5 years from now. Set a reminder, seriously. I'd like to revisit them. Do you think Ford will be in business? Will they have filed for bankruptcy by then? Will they be on their way to bankruptcy? What percent of the new vehicles sold will be ICE 5 years from now, if any? But while the traditional automakers can coast on their older models, Tesla doesn't have that option. Fuck me. Cue the price cuts. Musk's starting a price war. The guy from Cox said, quote, I do think there was nothing else he could do in that he doesn't have anything really new to compete against these older companies. Bro, electric vehicles are new, bro. Oh my God. Yeah. He says it isn't because he has a demand problem, but I've been in this business a long time, therefore I'm an expert. And I have never seen anyone cut prices without having a demand problem. It's an affordability problem, brother, not a demand problem. Musk's goal to undercut the rest of the market on price is no secret. Oh wow, they might be talking about it finally after all this time. In fact, it's literally not a secret. That maybe they're referencing the secret master plan, maybe. And it's made other car companies none too happy. Given the uncertainty around the future of EVs, almost every other automaker is reluctant to slash prices on their models because doing so would make continued investment in EV tech an even tougher business case to make. In April, Ford CEO Jim Farley said Tesla's cuts could start an unsustainable price war, but the company still felt forced to cut the price of its Mustang Mach-E at least twice this year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in case you do not know this, every vehicle produced eventually will get sold. I mean, companies aren't going to produce vehicles and then just not sell them. So Ford had no choice, but they've now realized if we keep doing this, we're going to go bankrupt. So let's just make less of them. So we have to sell less of them because we can't sustain these losses. Oh, what a great pull quote here. Check this out. This is a classic. If Elon was smart, implying that he isn't, said some expert from his armchair, keyboard warrior. If Elon was smart, he would not drop the price. Instead, he should justify the cost of ownership. Now, I don't know who this quote's from. I'm sure we'll find out in a moment, but just a moment here. If the person being quoted here was smart, they would understand that in order for Tesla to reach the mass market and completely disrupt the industry, they need to make their vehicles more affordable. Sure, this is from an expert. Quote, expert. Many auto executives are refusing to engage in Musk's fight because they know from experience that the best way to win a price war is not to get into one in the first place. Quote, we have no interest in sinking prices to gain market share, BMW's CEO said. It's true. There are other, more imaginative, more savvy ways to entice customers without a fire sale. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, just run some ads. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. During the 2008 recession, rather than slashing prices, Hyundai tried to figure out what was holding customers back from buying a new car. Turns out, all they needed to do was offer a free blowjob with every vehicle sold. Oh wait, I misread that. Turns out it was worries over getting laid off. So Hyundai offered customers a guarantee. Anyone who bought a car and then lost their job could sell it back to the company. That's the kind of creative workaround that gets a car company through hard times unscathed. Or you could just pass on cost savings and price according to the market clearing price and keep driving your cost down internally and keep selling through volume. It's an exercise in market research and advertising. Tesla has given little indication that it does the former and has flatly rejected doing... Oh, not again, bro. They are running ads right now. Again, I covered it. Dude. I tell you what. This is a very well-researched article by an extremely unbiased journalist who isn't a broken woman, doesn't hate Elon Musk for some strange reason, and this is just an innocent mistake. It's very easy not to know that Tesla's been running print ads, running airport billboards, running online ads, and then continuing to learn what's working and scale up their advertising campaign. It's also not like Elon Musk recently said, we'll try some advertising, and then now Tesla is. It's not like that's all publicly available information that even a hack journalist could find out after a few minutes of Googling. So, innocent mistake here. Let's move on. Musk has always maintained that his outsized public profile makes advertising for Tesla a waste. His? Who said that? It's got nothing to do with that. The products are so good they sell themselves. What the bro? Quote, rationally, he doesn't have to drop prices so fast. He can only delay the competition, said some guy at some pricing consultancy. Quote, if Elon was smart... Oh, it's this guy. If Elon was smart, he would not drop the price. Instead, he should justify the cost of ownership. Part of the point of advertising and the reason investors are pushing Tesla to start spending money on it is to educate customers about why Tesla's vehicles are worth their higher price tags. According to the guy who thinks Elon Musk isn't smart, Tesla has a compelling argument to make about how much money EVs can save customers over time. Why slash prices if you can persuade customers to pay more? Oh my God, bro. One more time, ready? You can't advertise your way out of a recession, okay? I've covered this so many times, I'm not going to revisit it. Building a market for a product such as an electric vehicle is a marathon, not a sprint. Traditional car makers expect to lose money on their EVs for the foreseeable future. Tesla just became profitable in 2021. If it slides back into the red because of its price cuts, expect investors to run another direction. If the short-term point of Tesla's price cuts is to maintain its market share and sell more cars, it's not working. It's all right. They're only outselling next best in the US by 10 to 1. At the same time, the move could damage Tesla in the long term. When companies play with price, they're playing with customer expectations. Once customers get used to paying $40,000 for a standard EV, they're not going back to $60,000. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's good news that Tesla has a $25,000 electric vehicle in the pipeline, isn't it? Oh, of course, I'm sure they mentioned that in the article too, because this is an unbiased, unemotional, unbroken journalist who's just trying to give her honest opinion and provide a clear picture of what's going on with Tesla, and has done some thorough fact-checking, as all credible journalists do. In a price war, you may prompt a few more people to buy it from you today, but you'll be sacrificing millions of dollars in future sales. Then, there are all the customers who paid that $60,000 in the past. Learning that they could have saved thousands of dollars if they'd waited a few months to make their purchase has a negative impact on brand loyalty. Ladies and gentlemen, spoiler alert, if you want the cheapest and best Tesla ever, you have to wait infinite amount of time because they're going to keep getting cheaper and better over time. Just letting you know that now. In China, Tesla's price cuts even sparked protests among owners who paid more for their vehicles. And this was true, funny, hilarious, and embarrassing all at the same time. Imagine being such a moron who values their time so little, but somehow values their money more than their time, that you go and embarrass yourself by protesting outside a Tesla store because you bought a vehicle and then it became more affordable for other consumers. I mean, build a bridge and get over it, bro. Would you like some cheese with your wine? But Musk isn't thinking about the future. He needs the money he hopes to make from price cuts, and he needs it now. That's right, Tesla doesn't have about $20 billion of cash and cash equivalents. Good point. Making cars is an expensive business, and if the price cuts don't generate more demand, Tesla's fortune could change rather quickly. Quote, if you have a factory that makes something and you're not selling it, you're losing huge money in automotive. This is a moment when you want an experienced team of automotive executives at the helm of your company. Instead, Tesla is onboarding a new chief financial officer, Zach Kirkhorn, a Tesla veteran of 13 years who presided over the most profitable quarters in the company's history, stepped down as chief financial officer in August. According to company documents, his severance package included the kind of payout and strict non-disparagement requirements that reek of a C-suite firing. Or standard practice. In the end, price cuts won't be enough to drive sales. If Tesla is going to keep its business healthy, it needs to appeal to new customers beyond Musk fans and early adopters. It needs to conduct research and launch advertising that makes the right argument to the right customers that one of Tesla's 4 models is the right car for them. Discounting the sticker price may drive a few sales, which is why Tesla's currently at an annualized rate of $2 million per year and they've barely done any advertising in their history as a company. But suddenly now it's when pricing doesn't make a difference. Suddenly now's the point where, wait, but didn't they say earlier that people were price sensitive? I'm getting confused right now. They're saying one thing, but then they said something. I don't get it. But in the long run, you can't build a global automotive juggernaut without cash flow. Musk himself has admitted that Tesla narrowly evaded death by cash burn in both 2008 and 2018. Waging price war during a downturn is a challenge unlike any Tesla's faced before. Hello, 2008. Production hell 2018. Are you kidding me, bro? The hypocrisy here is just next level. The company has survived for years on a first mover advantage, on being small and nimble, and on the willingness of investors to bail it out. What? But today's Tesla is increasingly a normal car company. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They're a normal car company. One more time. Tesla is just a normal car company with normal car company problems. Musk's unfulfilled promises of robotaxis and unmatched artificial intelligence may dazzle the market for a while. But they're not driving the sales Tesla needs to win the price war. It started. What is she talking? Oh wait, she's just talking out of her ass. The company has a growing fleet of competition and expensive manufacturing process. What the bro? Oh, I tell you what, seriously. I'm speechless at how dumb this person is. Tesla is producing electric vehicles more affordably than any other company on earth. And apparently, they have an expensive manufacturing process. And shareholders who have grown used to fat profits. If cutting prices is all Tesla can do to survive this new reality, it will continue to bleed money every time the rubber hits the road. And at some point, turning it around may no longer be an option. Dimet Dopez is a senior correspondent at Business Insider Trading. I mean, I just don't know what else to say, man. I thought I'd just pop onto Dimet's profile on X in a new tab, so it's just sorting by fairly popular posts here. Pinned tweet is about Elon Musk. Interesting. Next tweet is also about Elon Musk. Keep scrolling here. Something about Andrew Tate. Nothing to do with Elon. Another one about Elon Musk. And another one about Tesla. And another one about Tesla. Another one about Tesla. Another one about Elon Musk. Interesting. Another one about Elon Musk. Another one about Elon Musk. It's almost like this woman has an obsession with writing negative things about Elon Musk and Tesla. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this slight entertainment, and there is a silver lining here. No matter how bad your life is, at least you're not Dimet Dopez. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. Athletic Greens AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. Athletic Greens AG1 is an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a fuck ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. Certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point and something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy. Wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely, it's not that AG1, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, snake oil salmon sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. And remember, there is a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's nothing to lose here. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links in the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon. And don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.